Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are live with the Martial Arts Experience, and I hope everybody's having a great day today. It's December 30th, and we are so blessed today to do the official Martial Arts Experience Magazine launch. I have a full slate of unbelievable individuals that are here today. I'm not going to waste any time, as I know all the Karate Kid fans and Cobra Kai fans are excited to see. But what we're here today, and who we're going to start our show off with, is the amazing person that's the cover of our new magazine. So we got to start it right. So in case you guys have not seen it yet, the iconic Sensei John Kreese, Marty Kove, is the cover of our first ever collector's edition. He looks unbelievable. It's like right out of GQ magazine, and I think our GQ magazine looks much, much better. But without further ado, I am going to bring Marty on now. Marty Kove, Sensei, how are you, sir?
I'm good, Jose. How are you?
I'm doing great. Marty, I got to say, sir, you look better and better every time I see you, Marty. You're like aging reverse.
From your mouth to God's ears.
Listen, Marty, I got to bring that cover up again. This is like, you're painted. It's literally like a sculpture. I mean, it's unbelievable, Marty.
You know who took that photo was a man named Manfred Bowman.
Unbelievable. We did list him. Yeah, he is listed. Manfred is listed in the credits right on the front page. Marty, that was an unbelievable photo. Again, iconic. We couldn't say it better. You know, you are the king of the Cobras.
Thank you.
So Marty, over the holiday, are you laying low? I know the excitement of everybody about, the new season dropping tomorrow. So, how are you doing, Marty?
Well, I live in Tennessee now, and I've had my family here all week, and my 4-year-old grandson, and my Jesse and my Rachel, and it's been fantastic. I mean, having them here, they leave today, and I'll be depressed for about a month. And
coming back in a few weeks.
We were doing a podcast. We did a Cobra Cove's podcast, which airs in January. So we had a ball the last 2 days. We did 4 episodes, and so we laid back primarily. And I've been doing so much this year. I needed to do nothing, and I love doing nothing with my family. Team Dancing with the Stars and 2 Cobra Kai seasons, and doing a picture with him, and doing 2 movies with Jesse, and then moving, and it just was a lot.
Unbelievable. So you're getting a little bit of time to yourself, a very small smidgen. Yeah. Well, Marty, I got to tell you, the excitement to have you involved with our first magazine that we've done. And I have to tell our viewers, you really catapulted our show because, obviously you and I have known each other, and, you came out to New Jersey and we've done the karate tournaments and things. And to have you on the cover of our magazine and, to have you involved with our podcast, because you were actually one of the first celebrities that we had on the podcast back then. And, without you, our success, would not be where we're at. So I wanted to thank you from my heart, Marty. Thank you for just being a good man and very supportive. I know celebrities and icons that get pulled in so many different ways. And, Marty, I got to tell the viewers, Marty's just a real person, an unbelievable human being. And Marty, I thank you because, again, I tell the viewers this, Marty had reached out and we had talked, remember, when my mom had passed, and that just showed me the type of man and the heart that you give. So, Marty, I have to thank you for everything. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
I appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So for the viewers, if you haven't, kind of seen what's going on, we are going to put up the website where you can get the magazine, and it's martialartsexperience.com. We have some amazing individuals. Now, we were blessed to get some various different Karate Kid alumni, Cobra Kai alumni, and obviously the King of the Cobras on the front cover. So what we're going to do now is we're going to bring in, I think, iconic. Let's go right to Karate Kid #1. And I'm going to bring in one of your Cobra Kai students. Let's see if he's with us. There he is, Mr. Ron Thomas. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, Sensei. And I see you have your bodyguard with you.
I got my bodyguard. She's training. She's more flexible than me. Um, yeah, she's badass. Say hi, Ella. You can say.
Hi.
Oh
How you
God,
doing?
she's grown up.
You know what
Yeah.
you know what I love about both of you? Both of you are here today with family, and I just think it speaks volumes. Jesse, I know I want to announce to viewers we obviously have Jesse Kove here, Marty's unbelievable son, actor. He's doing big things too. We're going to touch base with him in a few, and Ron's beautiful daughter. So I got to
I'm
tell
half
you,
the size that she is. She can kick all of our asses. So just letting everybody know.
She's a tough girl.
So Ron, I'm going to pass the torch to you, Ron. What was it like, getting back on this Cobra Kai Karate Kid and getting a chance to work with Marty again?
Well, it's it's magic. I mean, it's magical. It's the word I keep using because I can't find a better word. But Marty and I have been friends for this whole time, and spent a lot of time together. She's promoting your magazine right now. Yeah, okay, stop.
Yeah,
But
put her on the staff.
and we'd all been friends this whole time, and so to get back in front of the camera doing what we love to do, all of us, it's just raises everything to another level. And recreating the character, well, not recreating, but just jumping back into the characters after all these years that we started all those years ago was total magic. And so Marty wasn't in any of the scenes originally when they brought us back. I still haven't done any scenes with Marty for Cobra Kai. But anyway, but he was there and Ralph was there, and just having them on the set, it was just like stepping off the set of Karate Kid and stepping onto this new set all of these years, and kind of the time in between sort of dissolved. It was awesome. Yeah.
Now I'm going to go back to Marty. Marty, this iconic presence of Karate Kid 1, this screenshot here, where you're talking to Bobby, and you're giving him the directions. And I got to tell you, Ron hasn't aged either. I don't know if it's the Cobra Kai venom that keeps you guys so young, but Ron hasn't aged either. But Marty, that magic of what you guys did from Karate Kid 1, how do you tap back into this season 4 of Cobra Kai? I mean, Marty, how do you do it? What goes through you? What's the process?
Well, you just take moment by moment. I mean, you really can't. I look back at those movies quite frequently to look at body language, to look at character development and all. And back in those days, the characters were kind of one-dimensional, white hats and black hats. In the series, all of us, Ron, myself, we all have a bunch of colors. We all have lots of texture because it's 10 hours of you seeing the characters. So we all have all kinds of different emotional colors. And you just deal with that day by day, episode by episode, because you've already done. It's like when Billy and I act together. There's such a history between when Billy and I act. The audience reads in so many old moments, so much history from the movies, that it makes it easy to do the scenes, whatever they may be. And the same thing when, I'm sure Ron experiences that, you have such a history built in of the character, of who you are, that you just deal moment by moment with whatever you've got to do in the current episodes. You don't reach back that much. I don't. I always like to play more vulnerable and textured than the tough, one-dimensional, no mercy John Kreese. I don't want him beaten. I want him out of commission. I like to go deeper than that.
Right. And your character and just that magic, it just keeps. I think that's a great point that you brought up, because it shows how you're going deeper and the development and what's happening. So it's just amazing for me as a kid seeing both of you, to where this journey is taking you now. It's unbelievable. It really, really is. It's unbelievable. So I do have to say, Ron, thank you so much for posting the magazine and, posting the shots. I know we've had some shipment issues with a couple different guys. So I thank you for being able to post that, Ron.
Absolutely, for sure.
So now, Ron, I think one of the unique things that you bring to the table as that from Karate Kid 1, you were, one of 3, right, official black belt martial artists Because obviously you have the title. Is it Sensei, Master? What exactly is your title?
Oh, I'm a Sensei, 6th degree black belt in Jiu-Jitsu.
Wow.
You know, I had my own schools in LA for a long time, and yeah, I think I was the main cast, the only black belt.
Wow.
But you know, and I kept that secret. I think you know the story about my agent saying, "Don't say anything because they're looking for actors. They're going to train you anyway." So on the original audition and even after that, I never said anything. And it wasn't until weeks into training when Pat Johnson came up to me and said, you know stuff, don't you? So, yeah.
Right. Amazing. Now, what I'm going to do real fast is keeping kind of what we have going on here is I'm going to bring on another from the Karate Kid 3 and another legitimate sensei, a good friend of mine. He's involved with 52 Masters as well, and that's Sensei William Christopher Ford. He is logged in. Sensei Ford, how are you, sir?
Good morning, my man. How you doing?
Very good.
Good
Now,
to
for
see you.
all of our viewers, Sensei Ford played Dennis, one of the henchmen in Karate Kid 3. So we're excited to have you today, sir.
You know what? It's a real honor being here. Mr. Marty Kove, always an honor. Jesse Kove, nice to see you, sir. Sensei Ron and the gymnastics jiu-jitsu master, little girl, just taking over the world. Good to see you. And Sensei Ron, how's your wife doing? She's doing good?
She's doing great. Thanks for asking. Yeah, she's doing great.
Awesome. And hey, Master Torres, congratulations, man, on this amazing magazine that you've created. You know, just amazing, and it's an honor to be featured in the magazine itself.
Thank you so much, Sensei Ford William. I appreciate you, and I appreciate your involvement. You know, to have all of you, again, from the cover with Marty, and then to have the feature stories of Ron Thomas, yourself, also Sean Kanan, and Darryl Vidal. You know, I know we're waiting for Dow to kind of come in.
Sure.
Train Kickmaster. But it was a dream come true for me to be able to put this together because I think it's another little, you know, amazing token that we can give to the fans and then also to martial artists that grew up. You know, Marty, you inspired so many people, even though your character had all those layers and, you know, the bad guy, but it really wasn't. You inspired so many people, and that's so powerful. And then from what Ron did as the character Bobby, he inspired people to have that conflict. And then what you did in Karate Kid 3, I mean, it was just amazing to bring all these things together. It really, really, really was. So I thank all of you for being involved with this.
Thank you.
Our pleasure.
So real fast, Jesse, we're going to head over to you. Jesse, let's talk. What was it like, Jesse, to be involved, to get an opportunity to be part of the iconic franchise and get to act with your dad and be part of that project? What was that like, Jesse?
I mean, it was like a magical experience. You know, it was kind of like a Back to the Future moment. You know, I didn't really know, how I would ever be involved in the Cobra Kai Karate Kid universe. I mean, the fact that I'm here on the screen with these guys, I mean, it's an honor, you know. So it was really beautiful. It kind of felt like a, I don't know, a little bit of like a rite of passage kind of thing, you know, stepping into these shoes and playing, that character that bullies him as a young man in that universe. So it was really special. I was really honored to be a part of that. And I was very grateful. And, John, Josh, and Hayden are great guys. And I was so pleased that they were able to, bring me in. And also to have him watch all that happen, in person was really special, just personally for me as his son. And I just was so excited to tell the story and to be able to do what I love as an actor and be involved in the, Karate Kid Cobra Kai world. It was beautiful. And I've obviously known these guys, forever. Ron's great. We were all at a Comic-Con together in Texas last month. We had a great time. It was a lot of fun. And it's a real blessing.
Awesome, Jesse. Now, look, it looks like our other special guest is in, so I'm bringing him in, and this is from Karate Kid 3, the bad guy, the man himself, Mr. Sean Kanan, Karate's bad boy. What's going on?
How are you? It's so great to be here with all of you. Hey, Marty, how are you?
Hey, Sean.
Chris, Ron, Jesse. Jesse, this is a great surprise. I didn't know you'd be here.
Look at this guy. You look great, by the way. Sean looks great, man. Look at you.
How you doing?
Good. I'm doing great.
Jesse, I don't know what it is. I'm going to say it again. whatever's in the Cobra Kai venom, everybody ages reverse. Everybody's looking younger.
It's we all drink the blood of Miyagi-Do students.
Oh.
That's what we do. And then when we run out of Miyagi-Do, we pull an eagle fang and we kind of texture it with a little bit of brandy.
Secret's out now.
Is it brandy and cigars or just brandy?
What is that?
Oh, it's brandy and cigars.
Oh, brandy and cigars. Yeah, I don't drink, so it's pretty much cigar tobacco. I just dip in it.
Yeah. Oh,
Sean, I
man.
hear you did great work on the show.
Oh, thanks,
Everybody
Marty.
told me.
I can neither confirm nor deny.
I only wish. I think in season 9, Sean and I end up opening our own dojo, and he travels back in time, and that's basically how it went.
Yes. Well, that's what I'm hoping for. You know, I pray every night, you know, that somehow I'm like a third cousin of Miguel's character, right? You know what I mean? So somehow I'll get involved as well. That's what I'm thinking.
I can see that.
Season 20.
You know, one of the great things about Hayden, John, and Josh is that they're such fans of, you know, the original films, and they really want to integrate everybody organically into the story, not just do stuff that's kind of cameo stunt casting. And I just think they've done a fantastic job so far doing that.
That's awesome. So, you know, Sean, obviously iconic character, Mike Barnes, Karate Kid 3. You know, I got a question. So I'm going to take a step back and put a little bit of pressure off of you. But I'm going to say, as you were, you know, seeing this locomotive taking off of Cobra Kai, right? And you're watching it now, you know, how did you feel watching it as you saw season 1 and season 2? I mean, were you just like a fan kind of sucked in as well?
You know, it's incredible that something that we all did 35 plus years ago still has this amazing relevance, obviously, you know, bolstered by the show. And I think it's funny because a lot of kids, I imagine, became Cobra Kai fans and then went back and watched the original films afterward. And it's just, you know, for me, it's been a life-changing event to have been a part of the Karate Kid and now Cobra Kai universe. And it's something that I will forever be appreciative of.
Wow. Now I got to tell you, I have one of your henchmen here. So I'm going to drop back to Sensei William Ford. You know, sir, as you kind of seeing everything happen, and, you know, could you tell from being, you know, doing the film, and I know we talked about it on my show before, but, you know, Karate Kid 3, and then look at how the franchise has just expanded to what it is now. You know, what does that mean for you, Sensei?
You know, I was really surprised when season 1 came out on YouTube. You know, how well it was written, and, you know, just seeing how much, as Sean said, Josh, Hayden, and John were true fans of the original movies. And I think that they really have respect for the audience. They really have respect for the franchise. They really have respect for the characters. And, you know, you got to give them a lot of respect for that. And, you know, I had people reaching out to me a lot of people from the UK, from all over the world after this came out, saying, you know, reaching out to me. And I was kind of surprised they even remembered me. You know, I mean, it's like, you know, my hair's obviously a lot longer than it was back when I did the film, you know, but the support has been amazing, you know, and, you know, I'm able to keep in touch with Sean, and, you know, I've become friends with Sensei Ron. Obviously I keep in touch with Sensei Darryl, you know, but it's been great. But life really got better when I read The Way of the Cobra, and that's when things turned around. So if you haven't read that, that's Sean's book that came out, and it's phenomenal, and it's got a lot of great wisdom in it. So there it is. And we didn't plan that moment, but I just wanted to. I have my own copy. It's great, and I refer to it often. And Sensei Ron is also a fantastic motivational speaker, and when he posts things, I oftentimes will go, you know, everybody goes through those periods where they get depressed or they get down, and then I'll either, you know, go to my own training through karate, or, you know, I turn to my students who are my greatest teachers, people like yourself, Jose Torres, Sean's book. And then Sensei Ron is also just a very positive individual, you know, and, you know, he'll post stuff in his Instagram, and I'm like, oh yeah, I I got to remember that. So everybody has been really helpful and, just getting us through day to day, especially in the past couple of years. It's been rough, for everybody,
Right.
but we're all still here and we're all here
Yeah.
to continue to support, and help others.
I'm going to try, guys, real fast. I know our other guest, I'm going to try to bring him on, but I know he's driving. So I apologize to the viewers real fast. I'm going to see if we can pull him in, and I got to put Marty back in. So I know Marty's got to go. Let's see. Oh, no, he's not there. Waiting on Darryl. All right. I'm going to see if we can get him back in. I'm going to bring Marty back in. So I know Marty's got to go. Hey, Marty.
Hey,
Marty, I know we have some time, so I want to touch base on, kind of bringing this together, and then I'm going to try to bring Darryl in before you have to go. Is, Marty, Cobra Kai and what it's meant to so many people. I'm going to remove the martial arts side of it, and the fanatics and the believers and everybody, the supporters that have jumped aboard. The cultural impact that the show has made during this COVID pandemic, did they, what I mean? Has that kind of come to light? Because so many people were stuck at home, and you guys were able, and what you did was put guys in, a happier time, a more nostalgic time, right? Of non, being in this pandemic of the COVID. So, could you guys feel that being on set of, what you guys were actually putting together? Did you kind of feel that what was going on?
well, the pandemic caused people to stay at home. And obviously, we were a news show and we were on YouTube. And it was 20 million viewers versus on Netflix, 200 million views. And, Netflix does more promotion. But the great thing about YouTube was it left the writers alone. And they could create whatever they wanted to do, very little notes. And that was a great freedom for the first 2 years. And the pandemic kept everybody at home. So they were able to watch a new show. And everybody expects a new show about an old show to fail. They all think, wow, a remake, sequel, it's not going to happen. But these characters wrote so well and wrote us all with such texture and background stories and so clearly thought out each character. Whoever you talk to, whether you talk to Sean or you talk to Ron or anybody who came in from the outside from a previous karate film or TV show, they all have the same thing to say about the writers, that the writers have a great deal of forethought and perception of each character. And that's what makes any show work. The depth of the writing, whether it's Casablanca, Gone with the Wind, Star Wars, anything, it just makes it work. And these three writers were, fascinated with their position and wrote very well for everyone. So it became gripping for adults and gripping for 8-year-olds.
Yeah. It's funny to think, I have to tell you, I'll share this with all of you. I have gotten so many students because of Cobra Kai. I have literally had people to come to my martial arts studio. The numbers that I see now, I'm going to be honest with you, a lot of schools, unfortunately did not survive during the COVID. And I was one of the first, in my area, I jumped online, I was doing Zooms and streaming and doing all these things. But I got to tell you, Cobra Kai, I would have so many students that would come in and sign up and they would like, I want to do karate, right? And I said, no, son, or no, whatever the child's name was. They would say, it's because I saw Cobra Kai. Are you like Sensei John Kreese? Are you like this person? And I'm like, no, they're much better looking than me. But I do get to say, I do kind of know those guys. And then literally that, that makes me very famous in their eyes. So I appreciate that, guys. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So real fast, and again, Marty, I know you have to go, and then I'm going to head back over to the other guys. Is, what was it like for you? And then I'm gonna tie into the other guys. What was it like for you? Because I know when you were on my show, God, it might have been about a year ago. You told me the whole premise of Karate Kid 3, and it was supposed to be your vehicle, and then you had the conflict with the shooting. The filming, not shooting, filming. And, they had to rewrite the characters. And that's actually why the character of Terry Silver came in. So I ask you, with this new season coming up, again, was it, everything just clicking? What was it like? And I know you can't say certain things, but obviously everybody knows he's part of this new series. What was it like to get to work with, another character that you haven't had to work with in, many years?
Well, it just kind of, the characters jumped back into reality, our reality. And, we shared the experience. We called each other Terminators in 1989. We were third sequel. We had nothing to lose. We were making all kinds of money.
Hellraisers.
We're Hellraisers, Terry and I, Thomas and I. And so we just continued that, Well, I think, as everybody will see eventually tomorrow, there's a lot of big scenes that we're part of, And the exciting thing is that the relationship maintained itself. And it's unusual. 30 years later, not really working with the actor, not even communicating really with the actor. And it was quite comfortable. It was very comfortable. I have to admit, somehow it's a little shocking welcoming another person to be the heavy into the show, and I knew the reason for it. And I knew you had to, there was a real purpose of doing this for story-wise. But did I like it? I don't know if I liked it so much, to be perfectly honest. But it was okay, because it was a good sacrifice to make the stories even more richer and more compelling. And it opened up a whole new circle of darkness.
So I'm going to say then, Marty, then to kind of put everything together, as well as, your last comment of darkness, I got to tell you, Marty, this is a sexy cover. I don't know about darkness. That's a sexy cover. That's all I can say.
Well, it certainly isn't Brad Pitt on there.
Marty, did you ever think at where you are now in life, you would suddenly become a sex symbol again?
We're just trying to be like you, Sean.
Sean,
Marty's like, yeah, of course.
Say that to me again. You got lost there. It's very low.
Said, you ever think you'd be
I said, did you ever think that at this point in your career that all of a sudden you would be seen as a sex symbol again?
Well, Brad Pitt called me the other day and he said, I'm willing to step down for you.
That's big of him. Brad's like that.
Sex symbol. Yeah. I look at that picture, I actually thought I was going to take these photographs and create a vulnerability, a softness. I thought that's what the guy was going to do. Went up to the studio, took these photographs. They turned out to be great, but I didn't care for them. I didn't care for them because it was the tough guy all over again. And I wanted it to be a little more like Brad Pitt, But you just have to be careful what you wish for, because it does look good to everyone else.
Again, Marty, I can't say I didn't, think of a better person, to put on our projects, first, cover the way this was, because this meant a lot for our show, for our podcast show, our brand, and everything we're doing. And like I said, and to the other guys that weren't on before, Marty was very instrumental with, the beginning. He was kind of one of the, first guys that we had on with the show, and then we were able to have, the rest of you guys. So I really appreciate Marty. What he'd done. And I thought it was iconic and perfect to have him on the cover as the first one. And then to kind of have you guys, supporting it as well. So I definitely, I appreciate that, Marty. Thank you.
But I think my goal is, before I buy it, my goal is to have all my Cobra Kais from the past to come into one episode, all of them.
Yes.
And we completely burned down Miyagi-Do and Eagle Fang. With the help of all my old Cobra Kai.
That's what that.
I don't know.
You're the king of the Cobras. Can't you just wave your wand, Marty, and then they make it happen? The boys listen to you.
Yeah, the one gets weaker as you get less power, and the writers get more power. As the show succeeds, actors get a little less power, and the writers and the producers get more. So you gotta, if I appeared with all of you, they wouldn't have a choice.
That's right. That's right. All right. So I'm gonna go around. Ron, touching base now and being back with the King of the Cobras. And you in this process. You know what I mean? What do you foresee as far as for the Cobra Kai brand? What's your feelings on it? Do you think it's going to go on forever? 32 seasons, or what do you think?
First of all, I just got to say I love Marty. I love you, Marty. I adore you, man.
I love you too, big boy.
And this whole thing with Thomas and you, there's nothing like an OG. You know that. You can't beat an OG. But back to your question, I don't think the writers plan it to go on for 32 seasons. I think they have an end in mind. I think they've mentioned that. I don't know what it is. Some things they've done with the show and some of the directions that they've gone, I didn't see coming. I'm certainly not sitting in the writer's room. So, I mean, if I were, Pastor Bobby would be more in the show, because I think there's a lot of exploration there. But yeah, I don't know what their end game is, but they've certainly reignited. Not that it ever went away, but they definitely reignited the whole franchise of Karate Kid, and there's just so much excitement out there. And the fans, if the fans have any say, I'm sure that they would want it to go on forever. So I don't know. There's talks of spinoffs. There's who knows? Maybe they'll do a movie. I don't know. All of that, I bet you, all of that's in the realm of possibility.
Right. Well, and I'm going to move on now. Then, so it seems like the natural progression as far as anything. And if anybody's paying attention to this show, they heard the little innuendos that have been going through the room with, all the different actors is, the natural progression. I got to say that there's got to be some pressure then, on the writers to bring in all, like Marty said, the Cobra Kai and, bad guys and villains and stuff. So I'm going to go to Sean and then go to Sensei William. Sean, do you feel that pressure, Sean, as far as the possibilities or how the franchise is gonna move forward, just because of the want from the fans? You know what I mean? Can you feel that? Do you feel the pressure?
Well, as a lot of people know, I've done a lot of work in soap operas, and there's a whole universe there too that I'm a part of, and there's a similarity because these are people that have invested, some of them decades, in the Karate Kid franchise, Karate Kid world, as well as in the soap operas. And so, yeah, I definitely feel a responsibility. And, some of these fans, they live and die by this stuff. And that's why I think it's amazing that these guys didn't just do this reboot using kind of the name from Karate Kid, but rather put an entirely different spin on it to bring something new and fresh to the audience. And I think that's what's really captivating them. If I was to go back and do Cobra Kai, for me, the exciting thing is that I'm now doing it as a guy that is a seasoned actor with another 35 years of experience under my belt, as opposed to this, green kid that was kind of wide-eyed on the set at Karate Kid 3. And so, hopefully it would allow me to bring a lot more depth to it. So yeah, I definitely feel that there's a responsibility there, but I think that everyone who's been a part of it has exceeded what the expectations have been for them.
Wow.
Can I comment on that? Because that's always something
that Jesse, you can't. No, just
okay, fine. I'll just shut up.
Go ahead, Jesse.
He that's something that he's talked about too many times. 30 years ago, being the younger man that he was, and then coming back to the show, like you said, Sean, being more seasoned. Like you've touched upon that, like having better choices and being also being like way more patient. Like that's one of the things I've learned from him is like his stillness on camera, like all that stuff. So I just thought that was great, Sean, that you talked about that, because right, I mean, you're so different creatively than you were 30 years ago.
I think what saved the character back then was the fact that he was silent, and when he spoke, it was very, very intense. But between silence and intensity of mercy is for the weak here, there was nothing in there, to see the rest of the character. Now, no matter what we're doing, we get to see more of all the characters and what's in between the movie characters, which was somewhat one-dimensional. You know, they were written one-dimensional.
Yes.
They weren't written multifaceted, you know? So, you know, it's what you can do in 2 hours versus 10 hours of working with the specific people you're portraying, you know?
Wow. Wow.
I think also, you know, with the passage of time, people want to know what's transpired in the lives of these characters. I mean, look at Ron's character, Bobby. You know, he goes from being this amazing martial artist, where obviously that was the central focus of his life, being part of Cobra Kai, to now, you know, inspiring people and motivating them and being a pastor, because, you know, Ron does that in his real life too. And
Well, I'm not a pastor.
not pastor.
But I get to play one on TV.
I bet inspired me. But each one of us has, you know, crossed many bridges and swam many rivers in these last 30 years. And I think as we become deeper, more complex people, you're able to bring that to the work that you do. And I think that's part of the really exciting thing for people watching the show. You know, they're not seeing the same, like Marty said, you know, these characters were intentionally very one-dimensional. And while that worked for the films, now with the passage of time, you know, the expectations are higher.
Right, right. Well, I think I'm going to go now to William Sensei Ford, because, you know, his character was like the silent assassin, Dennis there in Karate Kid 3, one of your henchmen. So I would think the natural progression would probably be, you know, Dennis was maybe doing some type of John Wick, right? Assassin, and then they bring him back to the Cobra. I mean, they can go anywhere with this, right? Right, sir?
Well, you know, I came into Karate Kid 3 green, and like Sean, you know, but that was, you know, I had 15 years of martial arts experience going into that film. I was a black belt, but had a lot to learn, you know, and I come in now with 47 years of martial arts experience and running a dojo, you know, having kids, and just living you know, a lot of things happened to me, good and bad, during this time. So, you know, that comes through when you bring your own life to a character, you know, and if it serves the story ultimately, then we'll see what happens, you know. But at the end of the day, it's all about, you know, how does it serve the story? It's bigger than any of us individually, you know. It's got to make sense, and organically, not just, as Sean said, just sort of as a stunt casting or a cameo, just because then, you know, what's the point?
Yeah, absolutely. Hey guys, I have a personal favor to ask. If you guys can just give a quick shout out. We have two young martial artists. Well, actually, one young boy is a martial artist, and his sister, very good friends, Nathan and Paige. If each one of you could just say, you know, hello, Nathan and Paige. You know, Happy New Year. If I could go around the room,
we'll go first because we got to run.
Okay,
we don't want to, but we got to run. Go ahead, Dad.
Nathan and Paige.
Yes, Nathan and Paige.
Nathan and Paige, have a happy New Year. And remember, no mercy and sweep the leg.
Thanks, Marty. Thank you so much. Marty, since you have to leave, and before I go around to the rest of the room, everybody, for all our viewers, I want to thank Marty and Jesse for coming out today.
Thanks, guys.
I appreciate
so
it, guys.
Seeing you.
Make sure you can get your copy at martialartsexperience.com. And again, as Marty said, he is going to be, you know, basically taking over for Brad Pitt as the new sexiest man alive with Martial Arts Experience. So everybody, make sure you get your copies. Marty, God bless. Happy New Year's. Jesse, thank you so much. Jesse, we're going to talk again because I want to try to get you onto the regular show.
Sean, talk to you later. Ron, good to
Love
see
you
you
guys.
Thank you guys so much.
Ron, take care of yourself. You too, Sean.
Take
William,
care,
take
Marty.
care. Happy New Year.
Love you, Marty. I'll be seeing you in
Thank
Tennessee.
Let me go to Sean. All right, yeah, let's go to Sean. Sean, if you could give just a quick hello to Nathan and Paige, please.
Nathan, Paige, I want to wish you a very, very happy New Year. I want you to both work hard with Master Torres. Otherwise, your karate is going to be a joke.
Ron?
Nathan and Paige, thanks for being fans, and thanks for watching today's show. And you guys have a great New Year, whatever you're up to. Do the right thing because it's the right thing to do.
Last but not least, my boy Sensei, William Christopher Ford.
Nathan and Paige, stay strong, do your best, never give up, and have fun.
Thank you. All right, guys. So before we go to spend a little bit more time, if I can keep you guys on, but I'm going to try my best to bring in Darryl. Give me 1 second. Oh God, the deadly gray ring. I don't know. You know, Darryl may be doing some type of like crane kicks against maybe somebody.
No, he's driving. He's in the car.
Listen, I was trying to, create a story, Sean.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, he's driving, but he's crane kicking at the same time.
Course,
So,
right.
let's cut him some slack.
All
It's
right.
the only way to drive in Southern California.
There you go.
Well, listen, guys, again, I thank you guys for coming out. And, it's so important that all of you, I think each of you brings something so different and special to this first magazine issue for us. We spoke, basically we covered, each of the interviews from our podcast show and kind of just, grab some different topics that we talked about. But it was very important, like I said, to have you guys, because as much as we were, teasing Marty, to have you guys, and I put the cover up again, the iconic Marty Kove, and then there's Darryl, and then there's Sean, and then there's William, and then also Ron. It's so important to have all you guys because each of you are part of it, but in your own steps of it, from Karate Kid 1 to Karate Kid 3 to Cobra Kai season 1, 2, 3, season 5, season 9, whatever's happening, I think it's so important. So again, I want to thank you guys, for being part of this.
George, I wanted to say something really quickly. I wanted to thank Sean and Darryl for actually introducing me to you. I got the introduction through them. They vouched for me. You were kind of, I don't know about this guy, but Sean and Darryl, no, he's one of the good ones. So I wouldn't have met you, and I wouldn't have had the honor of being in the magazine if it wasn't for Sean and Darryl. And I actually went to Sean's house and hung out with his wife, and we took some pictures, and some of those pictures actually made it into the magazine. So thank you to Michelle Kanan as well. It's not about me. It's about the community, and if people don't help, if people don't help each other, then it's really a tough go.
That's kind of the spirit of martial arts, though, don't you think, guys? I mean, that's a lot to do with martial arts.
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
no doubt. Yeah, the style that I come from, a lot of the masters, most of them from Kodokan Jiu-Jitsu are from Hawaii, and it's always been the spirit of Ohana family. And you don't have to have the roots come through Hawaii in the martial arts, but everywhere I go, when there's a strong martial arts dojo or community, there's always that spirit of Ohana, no matter what.
Absolutely. I do have to give kudos to all the, to all the viewers as well. I was able to talk about Marty in the beginning. So now I'm going to touch base on Sean. Hopefully Sean doesn't turn too red, but the way this process started. So my viewers, so exactly what happened over COVID, the martial arts experience and everything. Sean, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. I was able to, Marty was kind of one of the first guys. I had him at tournaments before. I kind of had a, little bit of a relationship with him before, but Darryl, how the process had first started, I had reached out to Darryl online, and we kind of hit it off. And then Darryl introduced me to Sean, spoke so highly of Sean. And, for all our viewers, Sean was really that like explosion, that thing that happened because, without Sean, I never meet William, and me and William hit it off like brothers. And then William leads me to Ron. You know what I mean? It's just all of you guys are connected. But Sean, I got to tell you, honestly, from the bottom of my heart, man, I really appreciate what you did for me
absolutely
as a human being. Honestly, thank you. And I know you guys,
listen,
you guys do stuff for fans and you guys do stuff for people because you're family people, right? I know how much you love Michelle and Ron with your daughter and your wife, and Sensei for William with your daughter. You guys are great family, family men, and you're dedicated to your craft and what you're doing. But the fact, Sean and William and Ron, that you guys took the time out, to help, because again, I'm not a celebrity, right? Not yet anyway. But I'm not a celebrity yet, but you guys still treated me as an amazing human being. So Sean, thank you. Thank you for all of this. I really
thank you very much. Listen, I'm gonna make two gratuitous plugs here, so please forgive me. The first one is that if you want to get my book, Way of the Cobra, it's at wayofthecobra.com, and the audio book is coming out in a couple days. But the other one is really exciting. Sensei Ron and I are going to Machu Picchu, Peru. And we are going to each be leading an 8-day seminar. Mine is based on my book, Way of the Cobra. And Ron, who has books and is a terrific motivational speaker, is going to be doing that too. And if you want to get more information and possibly join us down in South America, just go to excursionmeperu.com. We'll both have a lot more information coming up about it. And just to finalize what you said, Jose, one of the greatest things about being a part of the Karate Kid universe, even when we don't see each other all the time, especially with the bad guys, I think, you are a part of a fraternity. We've all had a shared experience, and more or less on some level or another, we have maintained some kind of a connection over the years. And with the juggernaut that is Cobra Kai and everything, it's only made our relationships and friendships stronger. So for me, saying that Ron and Sensei Chris are still friends of mine, decades later is an amazing gift. And I'm really, really grateful for it. And you, Jose, who is a new friend, that's fantastic too.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
I really
so
appreciate
true.
that.
I want to say one thing about also, just ditto what Sean said. It's really amazing to have all these friendships all these years and be part of this whole franchising journey. William Christopher Ford, though, you got to give a lot of respect to this man because of the charity work that this guy does. He's always out there serving the community and serving people in need. And you know what? It's not lost on me, Sensei. So congrats on all that stuff.
I appreciate the acknowledgement. Thank you very much. And we couldn't do it without all the supporters. It's us. It's us, not me. It's we, not I. Mm-hmm. So but thank you. And I know you're of the same. Same. I appreciate that, though. Thank you, Sensei.
Yeah, for sure.
Listen, I'm telling you, I got a gut feeling there's a natural progression. I think it's time. We had Sensei, Ron, and maybe I'll go into the crystal ball and the Cobra Kai crystal ball. Maybe Sean comes. Then I'm going to start my online petition for Dennis Lives. And I mean, I don't know what's going to happen. But
I got my shoji screens ready. I'm ready.
So I do have to ask, do you guys, any of you, do any of the binge watching, or do you, wait till later on to wait to hear from everybody, and then you're like, okay, now I'll sit down, or you're like, Jose, I don't watch it till 6 months from now. I'm going to start with Ron. Ron, how are you going to attack season 4?
Well, I don't binge watch. First of all, I have a 7-year-old daughter that, as you could tell, she commands my attention all the time. If I'm not paying attention to her, she makes me. So it's hard for me to watch anything until late at night when she's asleep. So, but I do watch it. I'll watch an episode at a time or a half an episode and watch the rest of it later. When my episode came out originally, when they brought us the originals back and we did the bar fight and stuff, my daughter started to cry because she thought I was getting beat up. And so I had to turn the show off immediately. And she was a couple years younger. Now she's training in jiu-jitsu right now. She just got her yellow and white belt. So, and she's pretty badass. But back then, I had to shut it off. So it's she's my number one priority. So, and she commands all my attention, and everything evolves around her. My schedule evolves around her. I can't send an email out unless I check with her first, or unless she's out of the house. So it's tough, but I will watch the series. I will watch. I'll watch one episode at a time. Like I said, no binge watching over here because I just don't have the time.
Gotcha. Sensei Ford, William, what about you? What are your plans?
I gotta be careful of the binging because I binge. I get sucked in. I mean, look, Casablanca will come on, and I say, you know what? Just stay till Ingrid Bergman shows up, and then I stay all the way to the end until it's the beginning of a beautiful friendship. But with the Netflix and everything, I'm such a sucker for that. So I just it's like I got to be careful because I'm already in over my head with the Star Wars stuff, with the Marvel stuff, and I mean, I just get sucked in. I'm just like, oh boy, I'm just a fanboy, So, with Cobra Kai, I like to kind of take 2 episodes at a time and just kind of take it in and just kind of go, this is getting very interesting. That's my approach to Cobra Kai.
Gotcha.
You can only take venom in small doses, man. You gotta build up the immunity, right? So it's intense, man. It's intense.
Little by little. All right. So now I leave it last here with Sean. Now, Sean, you're more of are you more of a Netflix and chill guy, or are you a non-binger? What's going on? Because you are the bad boy at karate. So I don't know what the bad boys do.
I've watched more television during the pandemic than any human being probably should. I'm really looking forward to it coming out. I'm also extremely busy right now because, as I said, I'm putting the final touches on my audiobook, and we're also in the last throes of post-production for my show, Studio City. But as soon as Michelle and I can have 5 minutes of entertainment time, I'm really looking forward to seeing it. It's so much fun, seeing these people that are also friends on screen. I get a kick out of it. And, so many of the fans interact with me about the show. So I think I need to probably know what's going on.
Right.
But I'm looking forward to it.
Nice.
Sean, you're finishing up season 2 of Studio City?
We just finished 6 new episodes of Studio City, and I'm really hoping that they'll be going up December 31st, if not shortly thereafter.
I watched I binged the first season of Studio City, and I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. I'm not saying that just because you're, but I really enjoyed watching it because it's sort of, even though it's a soap opera world, it's still, as an actor, you can still relate to a lot of this stuff, about, your character really wanted to be an action star, but he's doing these commercials, and it's just
I'll tell you what's really fun in season 2 is he gets his wish. We did a whole thing where my character, Sam Stevens, takes time off from the soap that he's on. He plays this aging soap star. Where did that come from? And he gets his shot to be an action star, and it really is a lot of fun. If you haven't had a chance to watch Studio City, please check it out on Amazon Prime. I think you'll really dig it. There's a little tip of the hat to the Karate Kid universe too in the first season. So see if you can pick it up.
Nice. Now, and real fast, I'll also give you kudos because you're back doing back on the soaps, correct?
Yes, I am back on The Bold and the Beautiful for CBS, which is really exciting. And this, I've been really blessed. This has been such a hard year for a lot of people. And for some reason or another, I've managed to stay really busy. So I'm really appreciative.
I'm going to go back for all of our viewers talking about the Cobra Kai Venom and the reverse aging. I was able to find these 2 posters. So everybody look at Sean now, right? And then you're going to look at Mike Barnes and then his soap opera. And I kind of think you still look the same. I'm thinking you look more than Mike Barnes now. We got the same haircut and everything, Sean. I
think we got a good filter, and it's a lot of Botox, a lot of good lighting, and camera angles. So
come on, man.
Sean, I'm gonna say, I know nobody can say nothing, but I gotta tell you that haircut looks very similar to the guy on the left. It looks very similar. I don't want to say nothing, but
all I gotta say is keep watching, keep the faith. That's all I can say.
All right, awesome. Hey guys, I want to thank you for all of your time today. I got to tell you, this was definitely by far, I think the highest viewership was close to 40-50, which was awesome. We've never had. That's great. Yeah, thank you so much, guys. I was gonna try. All of you have been on my regular show where we would engage the audience. Mm-hmm. There's way too many comments to go through, so we're gonna have to go through this again. You guys are too popular. Cecilia said, "I love Deacon." Somebody else said, "Bring." Steele said, "Sensei Thomas, I do the same. I have to wait for my 7-year-old to sleep." Timothy Carr said, "Dennis lives." Josh, honestly, it's like pages. It's pages of stuff. So I got to tell you, thank you. I'll have to send you some stuff because there's definitely a lot of questions that are here. But guys, thank you so much. I'm excited. This was a dream come true for me, to be able to put this product together. Because again, this magazine means a lot to a lot of people, to everyone that helped the podcast, to people that believed in what I do, to people that believed in you. There was a lot of people since I posted that, since Ron put it out and William put it out and Darryl, and I think Sean, you did today. People are reaching out. You guys mean a lot to a lot of people, whether it was a struggle, whether it was just believing in something better, or they follow you guys and your families, you mean a lot to a lot of people. So, thank you. Thank you for being part. Unfortunately, you guys are tied to the magazine now forever. So thanks.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having us.
All of you guys. Happy New Year to everybody who's watching. Ron, Chris, Jose, here's to us kicking ass in 2022.
Awesome. Guys, thank you so much, guys. I'm going to have you guys I'm going to quick sign off. Yeah. Ron, thank you so much. Have a good one.
Absolutely. You
All
too.
right.
Thank you for having me, and Happy New Year to everybody.
Thank you so much, Sean. Thank you so much.
Take care, Jose.
Appreciate it. And Sensei William, thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much, Sensei Ron. I'll see you and Sensei Darryl soon. We're going to do that thing that we talked about.
Absolutely.
For St. Jude. And
For sure.
Jose Torres, you're the man. Thank you so much for all you've done.
Hey, thank you so much again, William. Thank you so much making the tie for all these guys. And Ron, thank you so much for taking your busy time away from your daughter.
For sure. Absolutely. You guys take care of yourselves.
All right. Awesome. William, stay blessed, my man. Thank you, buddy.
Yes, sir. See you soon.
All right. For all the viewers that logged on this journey today, I have to tell you from the bottom of my heart, these are great men, great individuals that came aboard. It's hard to kind of get everybody together, and we were able to pull it off today. I really appreciate everyone's support. I mean, seriously, the amount of comments that were coming in are just unbelievable from the viewership. I hope you guys get an opportunity to, take a look at the Martial Arts Experience. It's a collector's edition, and you guys will have the opportunity to meet some great individuals that are featured in it, and articles. The iconic Marty Kove, he's the king of the Cobras. We have Darryl Vidal. Unfortunately, Darryl didn't get to log in. He's driving today. Sean, karate's bad boy. I don't know. There was a couple little Easter eggs that were launched today, or some drops there. I don't know, by the king of the Cobras. So maybe we'll be blessed and see somebody moving forward, as well as Ron Thomas, pastor, not a priest, and the amazing, my good friend, Sensei William Christopher Ford. These are great men. For all the viewers, thank you so much, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget, you can get your copy at martialartsxperience.com. That's with an X. Don't confuse it. It is with an X, and you can get your copy today. It's crazy because we've had orders from the United Kingdom to Denmark to Switzerland was the farthest one, and then all over the United States. So guys, place your order. Make sure you get it in. We are doing a sweepstakes, so if you do order a magazine, please take a picture, tag us on Instagram or Facebook, and we will gladly enter you guys into the sweepstakes. So again, thank you so much, guys. God bless. Happy New Year, and make sure you get your copy of the Martial Arts Experience. Have a good one, guys. Bye-bye.